Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first video edition of The Life of Pi. I apologize for the graininess because all I have is my laptop right now, but I'm pumped that you're watching it. And today is a very special day. You guys all know it is May the 4th. So May the 4th means National Star Wars Holiday. So of course, we are talking Clone Wars. I have my Star Wars expert with me, Mr. Derek Meadows. You can find him on Instagram. You can go ahead and plug yourself, Derek, if you would like for the ladies out there.
What is it? I think it's Derek_M30. I think it's what it is.
If you like Star Wars and you like what you see, message the man. He don't bite unless you ask. So let's jump into it. Episode number 17. So Derek, my Star Wars guy. I have a Marvel people and Star Wars people. So basically, we're gonna talk about Clone Wars. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it, but I watched the recaps, so bear with me. He's going to do most of the speaking, and I'm just going to throw some questions at him. So, right off the rip, like we talked about this before we started, I thought Clone Wars was like a kid's thing.
Right.
Like, I thought it was a kid's thing. And all of a sudden, these dudes are like getting like their heads cut off. People are getting stabbed in the spine. I'm like, this is not for children.
And you only saw like
the first
1.5 seasons?
Yeah, 1.5 seasons, and I'm just like... And you said it gets worse.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just like, I'm so mad I have time to watch it. I'll finish it eventually. It's just like, I was just like, these dudes are like, I remember like I was watching, I was like, all right, this is cool. There's a lot of stuff going on. I was, it freaked me out because I was like, it took me like probably 10 minutes into the first episode to realize all the people look the same. And I was like, oh, clones. Like, yeah. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, Clone Wars.
Because I thought it was like the droid clones, like clones of droids, like the battle robots.
Yeah,
what do they call it?
Battle droids.
Battle droids. So I was like, oh, it's like droid clones. I was like, then it's like all these dudes are the same. I'm like, oh, I'm a moron. And so what I guess confused me is like, is this like a prequel to like the actual Star Wars movies, like Return of the Jedi, Star Wars, and all Empire Strikes Back? Is this like a prequel to all that? I take it because
yes.
Anakin's in it.
Yes.
Okay, because that was like throwing me off. I was like, is this like? I was like, it can't be afterwards. Because Anakin's a kid.
Well, yeah, Anakin is still Anakin Skywalker.
And Ahsoka is like a teenager. Is she supposed to be a teenager in this show?
Yeah.
And that was like throwing me off because like I didn't know that Anakin trained Ahsoka, so I didn't.
That was added like when she appears like in this cartoon, like that's her first appearance.
Okay, so is that there's no like backstory to that, like at all, that she was like trained by him, like, because I know you've read like all the books they have, you've seen all the shows, all the movies.
We're getting there, but yeah.
So
I mean, her backstory is the Clone Wars.
Okay, because I know she makes an appearance in Mandalorian. That's her, right? In the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was what's her name plays her
Rosario
Dawson. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I remember seeing the character. I was like, why does this character look familiar? Because I remember she's in one of the Star Wars movies, wasn't she? And like just like a real small part, real quick. I think she's in one of them.
No, the Mandalorian's her first like live action appearance.
So her one of her people was in.
One of her species probably was. Yeah. Totally.
So like, another thing that I loved about this, like I said, season 1 was the only one I really got to watch all the way through. And I was really pumped that right off the rip, I recognized some of the voices from, like, the movies. Like, you had, oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm blanking on his name.
Oh, Ewan McGregor? Well,
yes.
Well, see, I mean, those aren't them. Like, they do very good impressions of them, but those are different voice actors.
Well, I looked on the credits, it said that they do it. Like on the cast and crew, it says like Samuel Jackson and Ewan McGregor.
Well, I know for Anakin, it's at least this other dude named Matt. It's not Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, it's not Hayden Christensen. You can tell because Hayden Christensen's like, hey, yeah, Obi-Wan.
They're very like soft spoken.
Yeah, and it's just like, I thought that was really cool. So I was like, all right, dope. Because like there's some I'm like, if that's not Samuel L. Jackson, then that is the greatest impression of Samuel Jackson I've ever seen. And I love that, like, it looks like Samuel L. Jackson. They didn't, like, change his face at all. It's, like, it's a cartoon version of him.
And, like, the animation, like, again, you only saw, like, the early seasons, but, like, it gets dramatically, better as it goes on.
Yeah.
Because the show got popular and, like, they had more of a budget. like especially like the 7th season that came out.
Because they did a movie too, right? Clone Wars movie.
Well,
like
the movie was that came out in theaters actually.
Did it really?
And it was like that started the whole show. Was like the Clone Wars movie, like not episode 2. Like a whole like animated movie.
Yeah, because I was watching some of the recaps and they said like they had prequels. I think in season 4 or 5, prequels to what like episode like the first season. So they had prequels of that, and then they talk about like Obi-Wan Kenobi's romance.
Yeah,
which I saw about. I was like, okay.
He
that was involved. What? That was shoot. Bear with me. No, that's not it. I wrote it down. Where'd I put it?
It's a lot of notes.
Yeah, I gotta have my notes, man. You know that. Crap. Well, I can't find it in my notes at the moment. I'll find it later. But yeah, it shows that Obi-Wan Kenobi had like a romantic thing with one of the queens. I didn't write her name down because I'm an idiot.
Duchess Satine of Mandalore.
Yeah. And then like she gets assassinated by Darth.
Spoilers.
Oh, everybody's seen it. or you guys have all seen it. Sorry, spoilers. Sorry. But assassinated by Darth Maul, correct? Like right in front of him, basically.
Yep.
So, and I was just like, well, now I gotta see this because I feel like that'd be really. Because then I'm like, well, why doesn't Obi-Wan Kenobi fight Darth Maul? Can you explain why that doesn't happen? Why they don't like square off right there, or do they? Because I know it says like he escapes and then he like goes out and starts recruiting people to be part of like
and
this.
He starts a whole like crime syndicate gang, and
it's
actually really impressive.
Oh crap! What would say the name of that was too? I thought I wrote the name down.
His his gang? Or,
they have like a name.
Crimson Dawn.
Oh, here it is. The Duchess Kill season 5. Mm-hmm. Got it. So that looks really cool. So why does Obi-Wan fight Darth Maul?
I can't. I mean, I can't remember specifically after like the whole scene, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Obi-Wan is there and watches Maul kill like his sort of like
girlfriend. I love how these people date across the universe, and I can't find a girl in the same 20 miles of me. Okay, so are Anakin and Padme are they like a thing in the show?
They're married, yeah. They get married at the end of episode 2.
Of the first season?
Of the movie, episode 2.
Oh my god.
Attack of the Clones.
But this is a prequel, so they're like dating still.
No, so.
Okay, yeah, you gotta explain this to me. I'm a little thrown off. I know people who are Star Wars freaks are probably like, this guy's a moron, but go ahead and explain it for.
So I mean, in terms of the movies that general knowledge,
the human movies, we'll call them the human acted movies.
Episode 1, episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Yeah, those are the prequels to like
episode 1 and 3 prequels.
Yes.
4, 5, 6 original.
And those are like
OT,
the original
OT.
Like 70s and 80s that came out.
Yeah, the first movies that came out.
Yeah.
And then the new ones. So
I said they get married because isn't like because like C-3PO and like Chewie they're all there, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah. So they get married at the end of episode 2.
Yes.
This Clone Wars TV show takes place in between episodes 2 and 3.
So they're like hardcore dating, or they're married.
They're married.
In Clone Wars, they're already married.
Mm-hmm.
See that was like weird. Man, I was like, are they like dating? Like, what's going on here? Because he's always like, Padme. Okay, and here's my huge. This is my beef with the show.
Oh yeah.
This is my only beef I have.
What is the beef?
Okay, literally in every single recap that I watched and all the episodes I watched, how is Anakin, Padme, and Ahsoka and Obi-Wan getting captured like every other episode? Like it's literally I'm like, come on, dude! Like you guys are fucking Jedi.
Someone always has to get rescued.
But like you guys are always getting rescued by people like, and I think it's episode like 9 or 10 of season 1. Like Anakin and Obi-Wan have to team up with Count Dooku.
Yeah, they get captured by pirates.
By the friggin' skull-looking pirate dudes in the desert. I'm like, what? Dude, I think Padme gets captured at least 3 times just in season 1 alone. And then she's like dying of the blue ash fires. Is that what it's called?
What was that?
It's the blue something.
Blue shadow virus.
It might be blue shadow. Yeah, like Jar Jar Binks screws up, knocks over, and all of a sudden Jar Jar Binks is fine. Which I also love is that Jar Jar's character doesn't change at all. He still like screws up, but he always helps.
He somehow screws up, but inadvertently helps the situation.
Yeah, like he rescues C-3PO in one scene when Padme gets captured for the first time, like episode 3.
Yeah.
I forget what planet she goes to, but they take her hostage in exchange for food. There's like 1,000 planets.
Yeah, I don't know. She gets taken a lot in every season.
and Anakin's like, I have to go save her. I'm like, at a certain point, I'm like, I'm done with this chick. Like, just like, good God, like, I know is she a princess or a queen? I forget.
Well, she was the queen of a planet, but she's just a senator, regular senator in the.
Yeah, that's the thing. She keeps getting captured. Like, stop getting captured. You have to assume everybody's trying to capture you, and all you have with you is Jar Jar Binks and C-3PO. Like that's not a good that's not a good group to have.
I mean, half the time she's putting herself in the situations. Probably more than half the time she's like out there doing her own shit, being a badass,
or attempting to until she gets captured,
until she fucks up.
And like that was the one thing that annoyed me so much. Like just from like watching like all season 1, I'm like. Anakin gets captured at least 2 or 3 times. Obi-Wan gets captured a couple times. I'm like, he's supposed to be this badass Jedi master, and he's getting captured? I'm like, dude, come on. Like, you don't see Mace Windu getting captured? He's out there effing stuff up. He's throwing droids around and people across, what was that bridge? Not a plutonium bridge. Plasma bridge.
Plasma bridge.
He's like throwing troopers. And
that specific scene... Also, I mean, do you remember like when all the sound cuts out and it just like is quiet?
Yeah, why does it do that?
Just I don't know, for dramatic effect. I thought it was really cool.
No, I didn't hate it. I was just like literally I was checking my remote. I was like, did my TV just like stop working? Because all of a sudden Mace Windu's flipping around, and it's just like, what's happening? All of a sudden it's like, and the sound's back. I'm like, okay, like. What just happened? That was a really badass scene, but it's like they slowed the motion down, took the sound out. All you heard was like real faint.
Yeah.
And he just goes, "All right, I'll pull you guys up, throw you over here." But yeah, I love that Mace Windu's a badass. Yoda's a gangster in like the first episode.
Oh yeah, he's jumping around doing flips.
And he's like 5,000 years old or something like that. But he's younger in these.
He's like 800.
Oh, just 800 years old?
Yeah.
Is that all? So, in this, does Darth Vader ever show up? Again, there was no season 7 recap, so like it wasn't up yet. So does Darth Vader show up? I feel like he'd almost have to. We all know who our Darth Vader is. So if you don't, when you're watching this, I mean,
you did it to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it came out like, what, 1979, 1983?
I mean, yeah, the episode 4 is like 70, early to mid 70s. I think episode 6 came out in like 83 or 84.
So I saw, and I saw that Jabba the Hutt is in this, and he has like a wife that murders him. Zero Hutt or Hutt the Zero or whatever.
Zero, that's his like
girlfriend.
No, it's his nephew, I think.
Oh, I thought it was a love interest. The way they showed in the recap that I watched.
No, it's his like nephew, and then he has a son or a kid too. That's like what half of the movie is about. Is like rescuing Jabba the Hutt's little kid. Oh, the Clone Wars movie? Yeah. So in the movie, does Han Solo show up at all? He's not alive yet, bud. That's a no. No. So that means Princess Leia. Well, that means Princess Leia is definitely not there. No. Nope. Or Luke. They don't exist for a while. So, I also saw that I think it's season 5. They go to Mandalore. Mm-hmm. No, that's season 2. And so is that like before like the Mandalorians are a thing, or they've been like the Mandalorians have been like their own thing for a long time at this point? Yeah, I mean Mandalore, the planet, and then the Mandalorians. I mean, I don't know, they've been around forever. Like, they're a race of people, and then they've been around for that never reveal their faces. Well, that's like a whole cult deal that sort of you.
Because this is the way.
This is the way, and that comes from later in the season. But they're just centuries old people.
So why do all the clones look like Stormtroopers? That bothered me also. They have the same, like the helmets look the same for the most part. I know it's different. The gear is pretty similar. They have like blue and red paint on them.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they look like Stormtroopers? They're just like George Lucas.
It's foreshadowing.
Oh, that's right. The Stormtroopers aren't around yet then. Because Darth Vader's not around, so therefore the Stormtroopers aren't around.
The clones, I mean, they're clones, obviously, so they want them all to look the same. Except for, like, their, color designations for their divisions and stuff. But.
So, I may have missed this in Season 1, or in a recap of some sort. Where did the clones come from? Are they, like... Did they come from, like, a factory they, like, make them? Or, like, they come from a certain planet? Because they're talking about, like, a planet or something, and, like... How do they find them? Do they ever explain like how they found all these dudes, or they just make them? They're like, this is our army.
So, if you recall from episode 2, the movie.
Yes, the movie.
They use Jango Fett's like DNA to like as like the template for the clowns.
And that's Boba Fett's
that is
dad,
Boba
right?
Fett's dad, but not his like. I mean, I guess his biological son, but Boba is a clone.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Boba Fett is a clone of Jango Fett, just without like the like altered like aging process.
So he's not a Mandalorian. He just has Mandalorian armor, correct? Or is that or is that like a gray area?
Sort of a gray area, I guess. I mean, Jango is like a through and through like Mandalorian. And Boba might as well be.
But
too.
He's a bounty hunter. So
yeah.
Well, I mean that's what they are though. But he's like the best of the best, I guess, basically. Because I know they said that he's like in this as like a kid. Then he starts his own little clan as like a child, and he.
Yeah. He has a few episodes where he messes around and does stuff.
Which I love because like I said they have all the characters you had Chewie, C-3PO, R2-D2, Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. Kid Boba Fett. I mean,
yeah, that I'm like I gotta see it for that. It's like because Boba Fett's like one of the coolest characters in Star Wars universe. Because he shows up in what was Return of the Jedi with the pit.
Well,
is that Return of the Jedi?
He's in Empire Strikes Back, his first appearance.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of then.
When he gets Han Solo and carbonite and stuff. But yeah, then he comes back for 6, gets eaten by the Sarlacc pit.
But did Han shoot first is the real question.
It's going to depend on what version of the movie you watch.
Because I think we talked about this on a previous episode with John.
I think we did.
And he broke it down. He's like, well, in the newer version, if you slow it down, he did. In the other version, it's not re-edited, he did. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Then I know, like... So Ahsoka is a teenager for this entire series then?
Mm-hmm.
So does she become like a full-fledged Jedi at a certain point that I just haven't seen yet?
Yeah, I mean...
I'm not worried if you spoil it for me. I'm going to watch it still.
No.
So,
I mean, that's one of like the amazing things about the show, honestly, is the character development. Like, when you first meet Ahsoka, she's like literally like a 12 or 14 like child.
But dressed like she's about 26. I was like, excuse me, this is a child.
Yeah, with the tube top and yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like she gets older, and then more clothes come on. I noticed. I was like, that's weird. Maybe George Lucas is like, this is a little creepy.
Yeah, let's cover up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, she's this child when we first see her and making like very childish decisions.
Yeah.
And throughout the 7 seasons of the show, like it's evident that she like develops like mentally, like gets mature, like makes tough decisions.
Yeah, I know. I said, and I know they talked about in one of the episodes. They talk about how she gets trapped to some planet, meets up with like other like Padawans, and they go through like a whole like how making the lightsaber and all that.
Yes.
Which I want to see because like, I feel like that'd be a really cool episode watching them actually make the lightsaber.
Yeah, it's great backstory, great lore.
So, in that episode, I know we talked about this before in a previous episode, but like, do they get into like how the Jedis pick their own color or how they get their color for the lightsaber?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, that whole episode arc breaks down.
Except for red. None of them are ever red. Unless it's the dark side.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want me to explain that?
You can, yeah.
So, yeah, red kyber crystals, which is what is the crystal that powers the lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Kyber crystal. There's no, like, red isn't a naturally occurring color for those.
Okay.
In order to get a red kyber crystal, I mean, you have to be a dark side user first of all, like a Sith Lord. You have to take another Jedi's kyber crystal and corrupt it, like pour dark side energy, like into it.
Huh. Okay.
There's a comic that goes over Darth Vader and how he gets like his red kyber crystal. It's very neat.
See, one of my favorite characters that I wish was actually in the actual movies more was Darth Maul.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought like he looks so cool. When he walks in, he takes the hood down. He's got the little horns and everything.
Yeah,
I'm just yeah.
Oh.
I was just like, this is fucked. Because he fights. Is it Qui-Gon Jinn? Is that who he fights? Qui-Gon Jinn.
There we go.
I knew I'd get it one of those times. Because he traps Obi-Wan in between like that force field, that little blue force field in the movie. So, which I think is kind of cool. So that means, but that doesn't make any sense though, because then in the movies, I know we're not getting off a little topic of Clone Wars, but to me in the movies, I'm like, then he is familiar with Darth Maul,
Mm-hmm.
but in the movies doesn't act like he's just like, oh, who is this? He acts like surprised who this guy is almost. Like it doesn't seem like he knows him, but I haven't seen the movie in a while.
What, episode 1?
I think so. It's the one with
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah. We'll say Liam Neeson's character.
Well,
but yeah, because they go after him.
That's their first meeting. That's like...
But it can't be if he watched Darth Maul kill his woman in the prequels, which is this show. Am I wrong? Or is it the same time period again that I'm fucking up?
No, episode 1, I mean, the Clone Wars, this is like... So at least 10 years after he kills Qui-Gon Jinn. At least.
Okay, so this is the same time period then. Within the same time period. So they've met. But in the movie, it just seemed like they met, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
Well, you're confusing me now, Paul.
No, I know.
What you're trying to say here.
What I'm trying to say is like, so, in season, 4, he kills his woman.
Okay.
The love interest.
Yes.
Okay. But in the movie, the real movie, episode 2, with Qui-Gon Jinn, they have their big fight scene where they're both fighting at the same time, and then Obi-Wan can't get to him.
Gets trapped, and he stabs him in the gut,
Yeah. So that movie, according to the storyline, he's already met Darth Maul then, correct?
No, that's their first meeting.
So their first meeting is in the movie.
Yes.
Okay, in the movie, and then the Clone Wars, he's already familiar with this dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get at.
Okay.
Sorry, I know if I confused a bunch of people thought probably I'm a moron, but it was bothering me last night when I was watching. I was like, wait a minute, they've never met before. Because I thought back to the movie, I was like, so it makes sense now. So that's why in the movie he's like, this dude's like,
That's
whoa.
why Anakin is a small child in episode 1, and now
I know, it was confusing. There's a lot of moving parts in Star Wars, dude. There's like, we're doing this movie, then we're going to go back 100 years, and then we're going to do this one. Because that's what throws me off is like, all the prequels, and then now, and then another prequel, and then now, then a prequel, and then now, and then now, and then a prequel. It's like, dude, can we just like go in order? I mean, it's cool the way they do it, but it's also very confusing sometimes. I can't be the only person that gets confused by it sometimes.
Oh, I'm sure you're not.
Because, I mean, there's like, how many thousands of galaxies they travel to, how many hundreds of planets, all 100 different species, all like the hundreds of characters.
One galaxy, but who knows how many planets.
But you get it. Yeah. And like all the hundreds of different species and characters, and it's just like, some days it's just like,
and most of all of them have names and backstories. And, it's crazy.
But yeah, Darth Maul, he's my favorite villain in all of the Star Wars.
Oh, well then you're going to be very happy with the series then.
Does he actually speak in the series? Because like in the movies, he doesn't really talk, does he?
No, he doesn't talk. He has like 2 lines, I think, in the movie he's in.
Then, so is he working for Count Dooku or no in this series?
No, he's his own like sort of rogue
So he's already a Sith Lord in these movies, then, correct?
No.
In this show.
In the show, no, he's not a official. Like he's just he can't call himself that because Palpatine, the Sith Lord, Darth Sidious, he like is done with him. Like I mean, they still think he's dead.
So Palpatine thinks Darth Maul's dead. And he's running around just starting his own like gang of just like bad dudes, just like murking people.
And eventually he'll catch on to him, and it gets kind of interesting then.
Yeah, because I know like Dooku, I know they talk about how there was like 3 assassination attempts on him in like one episode.
Yeah, I think
it's season 3 is what it looks like.
Yeah, Dooku almost like gets got like probably 3 or 4 times in the show.
Yeah, season 3 they talk about how Count Dooku they get him and he's just like what the F. And then of course you have in that same season which they show which I really want to see still is the father, the son, and the daughter meeting.
Oh yes.
So if you want to dive into that, you can explain that.
That's a good
your interpretation of it, I guess, because I'm sure all people watching this are Star Wars freaks. Like you. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just nerds. We'll go Star Wars nerds. So I don't know if anyone, but
Happy Nerd Day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's National Star Wars Day. That's why we got the shirts. So, what? Like, go ahead and explain it to me, because like I said, I haven't seen it. So explain it to me like I'm a moron. That way, when I watch it, I'm like, I'm not like confusing time periods like I was 5 minutes ago.
So, the father, the son, and the daughter, they reside on this planet or like place in time and space called Mortis.
Okay.
And basically they are, I don't know if they're gods or celestial beings or whatnot, or like, but they're sort of like embodiments of the Force.
Okay. The
daughter being the light side, the son being the dark side, and then the father basically being
like a yin and yang in the middle.
The one that like keeps them at bay, or
the light and dark balance.
Yeah. And Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka find themselves trapped on Mortis, and they end up getting into it with these beings, and it doesn't necessarily impact like the rest of the show, but it is like what happens is great like storytelling and foreshadowing for.
Yeah, because I know they say I think it's they ask Anakin to take one of the spots. Is it, or did I hear that wrong? They ask somebody is asked to take a spot and they say no, and there's like major repercussions because of that.
Oh,
because one of them is dying. I think it's the mother. Or
the father.
The father's dying.
Somehow, is dying or gets killed, and they want, I think, Anakin to like stay there and like keep them, like stay there basically forever, to act as.
He's like,
father.
no, I have to go say Padme for the 300th time in the last 3 episodes. Because I thought that was weird, because I feel like to me that seemed like it's almost like a representation. I don't want to get too biblical here, like the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit almost.
I mean, Star Wars is very biblical.
Yeah. So like to me, when I heard that, I was like, that's kind of, I feel like that's what they're going for, but maybe that's just my interpretation. Yeah. Which I thought was kind of cool. And then of course you had Chewbacca in season 3. I was like, yes, Chewie.
Chewie.
Dude, go ahead and do your Chewie call, Derek. Yes, we got him to do it. So, I saw in season 4, there's giant sharks fighting Gungans.
Yeah, I thought.
And Jar Jar Binks prevents an attack on Naboo again.
You saved the day.
Because Naboo is where where that doctor's at, and he's trying to release that blue cloud virus, correct? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Jar Jar Binks saves the day there by screwing up. And then again, he goes back to the Gungan and helps save against like giant looking shark things. I don't know if they're supposed to be sharks, but in the video clip I saw, they look like friggin' sharks. Because they're underwater and they got fins.
Well, no, the one dude, the one general in the Separatist army is like a shark guy, basically. But I don't know if there were more than him, though.
Well, I saw the one. I also love, this is going back to season 1, I love the R2-D2 droid fight.
Yeah.
That's
with Goldie.
Yeah, because
Fuck Goldie.
Because they were trying to stop. I think. Crap. I forget what they were there for. They're trying to prevent something. Well, they always are, but I think they were battling Grievous, General Grievous.
Yeah, it's.
And Goldie, Goldie betrays them, and then you see it. Then R2-D2 is like zapping him and stuff, and then like flings him off in the universe, and he separates in like 50 pieces.
Bye, bitch.
I was so pumped. I was like, R2-D2, like, let's get it.
He's a badass.
Like I want to see like C-3PO be a gangster in one of these series. I want to see him like beat somebody up. I don't know how he's gonna do it because he's very like, just like droidy and all that. But
droidy.
Like R2-D2's got less movement than he does, but he's like zapping.
He doesn't even
people.
have arms, but he's got a bunch of utility. He's got a Batman utility belt.
That he does. He does. And
he's got street smarts.
That's another villain I like in this. Even in like the I think it's episode 2 is when General Grievous is around, right? 3. So I love the fact they have his character in this because I think that's awesome. Because I thought his character was really cool with all the droid.
Oh yeah.
The droid arms and all that.
And I mean, come on, 4 arms, 4 lightsabers, like.
That was awesome. The first time you saw it, I was like, because then like he uses the lightsabers of the Jedis that he's killed, which I also thought was
he takes trophies. And I mean, those are. I mean, the show makes like so many characters just more badass.
Because in the movie he didn't do that. Did he have 4 lightsabers in the movie? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, when he fights Obi-Wan, when Obi-Wan jumps down and he's like, "Hello there," and then Grievous like, back away, and then the arms, lightsabers, does the spinning thing.
Yeah, see, I love that. The fact that he takes their trophies and their hair as like trophies. So like, what's up like with the Jedi's having that one single braid? Like, what's the significance of that?
That's like you have that when you're a Padawan, and then during like the knighting ceremony, they'll like cut it off with a lightsaber.
But then why does he take them as trophies? Grievous.
Because he's weird. I don't know.
But where does he get them if they cut him off in the Jedi ceremony?
Because they were Padawans when he killed them. They're just kids. He just killed a bunch of kids, basically.
Oh, that's. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh shit. Then I saw another episode I'm really pumped about, which is the brainworms, where clones become zombies. So who doesn't love a good zombie in the middle of the universe? Mm-hmm.
Zombies, hive minds.
What?
It's another. It's like early in episode or season 2.
Hive minds?
Yeah.
Did I miss that?
With they go back to Geonosis, and there's like all the bug.
Oh yeah.
The bugs, yeah.
Where they kind of set up a trap for him,
and
they find the little girl, and we're talking about the same one. I don't think we are.
We might not be. It doesn't matter.
And then, of course, we had the big fight scene on the frozen planet. I can never remember the name of it. We were texting about this like 2 days ago. It was like episode like 5 or 6.
Oh yeah. It's not Hoth. It's what you thought it was.
Yeah, it has like the blue dudes and then like the sloth
with like the sloth guys with like the weird mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a moon of Pantora. That's what the blue people were called, Pantorans.
So are they like sharing a moon then?
No, that's just like a moon in their like solar system.
So why are they fighting over it? Maybe I missed that.
Oh, because that one guy was just a dick.
Oh, he was just being a dick to be a dick, basically.
Yeah, because he was like, this moon. I think they thought it was like uninhabited, but
they showed up and these sloth creatures
these
are
like native sloth people are there, and he's like, well, "Fuck you guys! This is our place. This is our moon." And then they kill him. So.
Yeah, and then I saw that in season 4, Dooku kills a queen also. So like we're just like I said, we were talking the other day, like everybody, these queens and like senators are just getting like murdered and captured, just getting their heads cut off.
Yeah.
And like especially like the one episode, they rescue Dooku with the help of a clone that goes turncoat, and then he gets his head cut off like in the escape pod on the way back to the battleship.
Yeah, Ventress kills him.
Yeah. He's just like... I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this dude just got his head chopped
They
off.
don't mess with... You can't trust anybody.
So why does this blonde dude look different than the clones?
Well, because he's not a clone. He was a Senate guard.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was wondering, I was like, why does this guy look like, you know, Johnny Cage over here from Mortal Kombat with flowing locks of hair?
Mm-hmm.
I also love... Well, actually, this is another beef I have with the show.
All right.
How can all these people breathe air on these planets? Because not all these planets have the same air. You can't tell me they can. That'd be just ridiculous. Because they never really talk. Did they ever mention, like, what kind of air they're breathing? Because they go to these planets and they just walk out of the ship. They're like, we're here. Like, I'm not trying to, like, nitpick, but it's like little things like that. I'm like, it's like Obi-Wan and Anakin are going to, like, 15 different planets, and they're like, they're not wearing any spacesuits.
Right.
And they're just like, we're here. We're breathing air. We're fine. And it's like, how do you know the air is safe? How do you know there isn't gas in the air? Or you breathe in oxygen, it's all carbon monoxide, and, like, stuff like that. I guess that's the one thing I've always been like, but how do they know if the air is safe?
They would run some tests on the ship or something probably, but
it's not in the show. I want it in the show.
Yeah, you really need that explained?
I do. Because honestly, I was watching, I was like, how do they know the air is safe? Like, they're not wearing any, you know. And then, of course, you have animals like Jar Jar Binks just walking around like he's breathing the same air. It's like, he's an underwater creature, but yet he can breathe this air. And then, like, one of the Jedi Masters, when they get attacked, he's outside the ship, like, in the middle of space, just like, I can survive the pressure and the breathing and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, and he's like, come on, we're going to fight these guys. It's like episode, like, 4. They're, like, all the escape pods, one of the battle cruisers gets destroyed, so all the escape pods, and then they send the droids out to, like, basically, like, finish off all the clones. And the Jedi Master in there, he's like, we're going to survive. That's a horrible impression of him, I know. But, like, he's like, I can take the pressure. And he goes outside. Oh, he's all, like, throwing people around. I was like, if there's no gravity, how does the Force still work without gravity?
Because it's the Force.
I just want to hear you say it. It's just the Force, Paul. Just don't question it.
Like any questions like that, it's just because...
Just because it is what it is. Because George Lucas said so, damn it. Then, of course, you have, like, the John Williams theme song in every show.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that... Another thing that annoyed me was the narration. They, like... The episode ends, and it's like, well, this happened. They're going to show you a 30-second clip while a guy yells over the Star Wars theme, and then we're going to fast forward past that and be like, well, what just happened? How did they get there? Why did they do that? It's like, don't worry about it. It's just... It is what it is.
Don't worry, this is what's happening now.
Yeah, I guess, like, that, just, like, stuff, like, just the narration, I'm like, I don't need the narration. It's, like, it's not, like, a child show. Which I thought it was.
I mean, it is. It premiered on Cartoon Network.
That was on Cartoon... This show was on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
With people getting their heads cut off and, like, lightsabered in the stomach and stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's on Cartoon Network. And, yeah, I mean, it is the Clone Wars, but, I mean... Yeah, I see where you're coming from, though. You wouldn't expect this pretty much kid show to be this, like, it's not graphic, but it is violent.
It's pretty violent for a kid's show. Like a kid's show.
Like, one thing, like, yeah, they're showing, like, droids getting, like, you know, cut in half and, like,
but
shot.
That's a droid, it's not a human being.
But they don't hold back on showing, like, the clones getting killed.
Mm-mm.
Or, you know, people straight up getting stabbed in the chest, like, with lightsabers.
And that's the one that, like, another thing I liked from, like, all, like, that I watched was, like, the clone Rex is, like, he's a badass, like, the entire...
Oh, Captain Rex.
He's a badass the entire series.
Is the G.
And then, like, I saw, like, these Jedi Masters were getting murked, like, left and right. Like, Jedi Master Tiplane or Tiplar? Tiplane?
Yeah.
Is it Tiplane?
Tipley? I think it's Tipley, yeah. That's from, like...
That's season 6. Yeah. He gets murked, but Rex is, like, badass, and, like, goes and starts murdering people for him. And then Tup dies. One of the clones, Tup. I think it was one of the clone names.
Uh-huh.
He dies, and there's, like, a whole inhibitor chip where people are, like the separatists are, like, trying to, like, basically, like, I guess, like, almost, like, turn them against the Republic, I guess.
So that's the whole basis for Order 66.
I don't know what that means. Explain what that is. I honestly don't know what that is.
So
is that a part of the show, or is that something I should know from the
you-
actual Star Wars movies?
From the movie?
Crap.
So episode 3.
Okay.
I can remember episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, honestly.
Well,
I know that's Darth Maul.
Mm-mm.
Revenge of the Sith? Darth Maul's not in that one?
Nope.
No, he gets murked in episode 2.
Well,
I forgot about that.
also nope, but...
No? Jesus. Apparently, folks, I need to rewatch these Star Wars movies. It's been too long. It's been like a month or two. Well, it's been a couple months since I watched them, because where I moved up here, I started watching them.
Well, anyway. Order 66 happens when, like, Anakin in episode 3, like, commits to the dark side, right?
Yeah.
To Darth Sidious.
Okay.
Kills...
I'm gonna
cuts off... Alright.
Yeah, but hold your thought, because I saw a meme about this, and I just want to address it now that you're here. I saw this, like, I guess it was like a meme thing online. They go, how's no one talked about the fact of how badass Obi-Wan Kenobi looks when he shows up to fight Anakin and his ship lands and he poses at the top of the ship like he's getting ready for a WWE entrance?
Oh, yeah.
And the smoke's just there and he's posing. And I thought about that, I was like, and I watched the clip, I'm like, he does, like, stand there and he's like, Anakin.
He kind of, like, he, like, has his leg out or something.
And there's and they're like smoke and the red lights panel. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that is kind of badass looking. But continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to like cut you off there.
Order 66. Anakin has gone full bad.
Full
cuts off Mace Windu's hand. Palpatine, ejects him from the building. So then Palpatine's like, okay, it's go time for like this whole plan to come to fruition. He orders all of the clones all across the galaxy to execute Order 66. Because he's the Supreme Chancellor, he can order them to do, things, whatever. Order 66 is basically it has one directive: terminate the Jedi.
Damn.
So then, once Order 66 happens, all of the clones immediately just start killing the Jedi. Any Jedi they're with, any Jedi that they can go find, gotta kill them.
See, I need to I don't remember that at all for some reason, but that means I need to rewatch that. Yeah, because I remember, like I said, that whole what is it? That's the same movie where Anakin goes in and kills like all the little Padawans, right?
Yep.
I remember watching that. I was like, I watched it again a couple months ago. I was like, that's effed up. They're like, Master Anakin,
Master Skywalker, what are we going to do? There are too many of them. What are we going to do?
I was like, oh, he did not just murder. I didn't even think about that. It took me a couple watches. I was like, he just murdered kids.
Oh yeah.
And then like
his first time murdering kids.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's more. So, and then it says that Anakin beheads Dooku. Did I hear that correctly in season 6? Did I hear that correctly, or did I mishear the recap? Did I write it down wrong?
No, he kills... Dooku doesn't die until episode 3, movie number 3. I mean, he beheads him in the movie.
But it says in this, he beheads him. I'm getting a chance to watch.
Yeah, I heard something wrong there.
Heard something wrong. Okay, I was like, because I know Dooku gets murdered somewhere.
Yeah.
Then it talks about how Ahsoka and Anakin and Obi-Wan are going to this planet to Clovis. Well, no, not Clovis, but to this planet to stop like them. I guess Dooku making another clone army. And they go on like to shut down a factory that he's going to make them in.
A droid factory,
yeah.
I think.
There's like making clones, I guess.
I don't remember them. I mean, it's been I wasn't able to watch the entire show.
Yeah, like I said, there's
24
24 episodes in each season. It's like, dude.
And I mean, yeah, they're all like close to half an hour. It was probably a droid factory, but oh wait, what about it?
No, I'm saying that was like a big thing, and I saw that like there was a guy named Clovis.
Yeah.
That sacrifices himself to like save some people. after Anakin beats the crap out of him for
he's,
kissing
because he's
Padme.
jealous because he's like an ex-boyfriend of Padme, yeah.
And he's like, how dare you have another lover before me? And I don't know what these notes are, but but again, season 7, I really get to watch it. So if you want, you can like kind of like highlight it, I guess.
Okay. I mean,
you said you don't have to get like too crazy in depth. Just like you get like in the highlights.
So the original show only had like 6 seasons before they like sort of wrapped it up, or like were forced to wrap it up for whatever reason. And then it was over for a couple years until enough like basically demand for a 7th season.
So fans saved the show. Well, brought it back. I
believe that was a heavy part of it. Yeah,
that's I always like it when that happens.
But yeah, the 7th season is only like 12, 14 episodes instead of like the 28. The rest of them are. But the animation is like superb. Like they use for Darth Maul has a fight scene, and like they use like it's not even like animated. Like they use motion capture like on actors to like yeah.
Okay.
But in those 14 episodes, like it wraps up like a couple storylines, and then I mean it basically transitions into episode 3. Like episode 3 is happening during like the last like 2 episodes of season 7.
Okay.
Like a lot of things are happening all at once.
So I guess like my big question is like, no, never mind. I don't have to answer that question. You already answered it for me a while ago.
What?
I was gonna ask if Anakin becomes Darth Vader, but obviously he doesn't because it doesn't happen until episode 3. He becomes Darth Vader essentially.
Yes, but which is happening during like the last 2 episodes.
So the Clone Wars, I guess, basically it's intertwined with 2 and 3 then essentially. But they just didn't give you all the stuff that's happening with the I guess outside of it. You get like the outside, I guess, perspective of it instead of showing like them. And when do Anakin and Obi-Wan sleep? By the way, that dude never sleeps. Like,
well, because that'd be boring.
I know. I'm just saying. Like, the only sleep you got was when he got knocked unconscious during one of the battle scenes. Like, he's gonna die. He's just resting. It's fine.
This is when he gets sleep. It's okay.
Yeah, he has to basically die to get sleep.
Knocked unconscious.
And it's just like I said. It's just the whole like getting captured. Like all the recaps, like Anakin gets captured again and again. He's forced to be a slave, but the slave owner likes him, so she's nice to him. But then he gets released. It's like, what? It's like how many freaking times? And also, the thing that I thought was hilarious is that in the movies and in the show, Anakin just basically does whatever the hell he wants. Doesn't listen to Obi-Wan at all.
Oh, no.
He's like, yes, master. He's like, but I gotta go say Padme. I'll be back later.
Yeah, anyway.
And then it's hilarious because then he gets mad at Ahsoka for doing the same exact thing that he does, which I find is really funny.
Yeah,
it's like a foreshadow, like not foreshadowing, but I guess like a reference back to the fact that he doesn't listen to Obi-Wan like at all. Obi-Wan's just like Anakin.
Because usually whatever Anakin does like tends to work out.
Yeah.
Just usually is unorthodox or reckless.
It's just funny because you can tell like the Jedi counts like Yoda and Mace Windu are just like, dude,
this fucking kid.
Like this kid is gonna get murdered.
This kid's gonna be the death of me.
But yeah, like I said, overall, everything I watched all season 1, most and like part of season 2 so far. I really like it. I'm excited to get into the more of the like deeper into these stories. I'm excited about like Anakin starting to go a little dark. I'm excited about that. I really want to see the Darth Maul fight scenes because Darth Maul's my guy.
Oh yeah,
he's like one of my all-time favorite movie villains, honestly.
Oh, then you're gonna fall in love with this.
I think he's so cool. Maybe it's me being biased because you're here. I don't know, but when I saw him, because like those movies came out when I was in I think I was in high school when episode 2 and 3 came out.
1999 was episode 1.
So that would have been oh my god, 7th grade. Wow, it's a long time ago. Yeah, so
I was
episode
I think
2.
third grade. No, I was third grade for episode 3. In '99, I'm not gonna say, because you'll feel sad.
So when episode 2 and 3 came out, that was what, like 2001, then 2003, 2004, somewhere there.
Yeah, episode 3 is 2005.
That was my senior year of high school. I've been in high school for almost 17 years now. I remember that because I remember like every restaurant had all their little special things. I remember like Taco Bell had their little giveaways if you collected all of like the coins.
Mm-hmm.
Like the coins came in like certain meals, whatever. I don't know if it was a hat meal. I don't freaking remember. But they had like little peel off labels. You win this or whatever, and then like they had these like little collector's coins that came with their meals, and you collect if you got like a certain amount, you won like a crap load of money.
Ooh.
And I got Obi-Wan. I got Qui-Gon Jinn.
You said it right.
Qui-Gon Jinn?
Yes.
I nailed it. Yes.
There you go.
Yes. Well, it took me 17 years to nail it. That's what she said. But I remember they these like little like cardboard coins. If you guys are listening and you know what they're talking about, please leave a comment on the YouTube video if you remember this. I'm pretty sure it's Taco Bell or McDonald's. It's one of the two.
I don't remember.
Had these little coins. You were a baby. And like they had like it was like a picture of their face and it had like their little almost like little stats on the like their little story or whatever about the movie, what they were doing. And I was like, oh, this is dope. And I had them for years. I don't know where they went. Probably my mom probably threw them away.
Yeah.
And I still remember I'm like, this is dope. And then I remember like, God, probably 6-7 years ago I rewatched things episode 2. It was Qui-Gon Jinn, correct? Is that him? Liam Neeson?
Episode 1?
That was episode 1?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember watching that one. I was like, that's Liam Neeson. Because back then, I was a kid, you know. And I watched it like 6-7 years ago, and I was like, that's freaking Liam Neeson. He was like,
in this?
He was like, it was like I was like, this is really predating Taken. So he must have lived his second life and came back. He's like, I'm gonna hunt you. I'm gonna find you. He had training already. He was a Jedi Master. So these dudes that captured his daughter was like,
oh, they're screwed. Yeah.
But yeah, like, again, the Star Wars universe to me is like, it's one of those things I feel is it's like almost like the Fast and Furious movie series. It's never gonna die. It's not.
No,
right.
I mean, because it's a whole galaxy.
You can literally just keep expanding. Like, oh, you want a Boba Fett movie? Here you go. Boba Fett TV show? Here you go. Oh, you want a cartoon version? Oh, here you go. Oh, you want an Ahsoka movie, TV, cartoon?
And she is getting.
Here you go.
She is getting a show.
Is she?
Yeah.
Is it animated or like a live action one like Mandalorian?
I believe with Rosario Dawson.
See, I do like her. I thought she was awesome in that role. I was telling you today, I need to finish Mandalorian. I've gotten so far.
Yeah, I cannot. How the hell did you not finish that?
Between this and working 40 hours and doing the movie reviews, it's just like.
Did you finish season 1?
Yeah, I got through season 1. I'm pretty sure I'm halfway through season 2.
Okay.
So I've gotten pretty far. The last thing I remember is.
Did you see Ahsoka?
Yeah. I'm past that. He went and got the Mandalorian armor from the guy in the village where they're battling the giant snake thing.
Oh yeah. Cobb Vanth.
Yeah. So I saw that. I think I saw the one episode after that. So like I said, I'm almost done with season 2. Like they went in like they had the hunting robot that came in for
what, IG?
Yeah, the hunting robot that spins around and everything. That's in Clone Wars too, which I thought was really cool. I saw that. I was like, oh, that's the from Mandalorian. Yeah. So they had, it was that episode where he gets out and he like pushes the boat, I guess, in the lava.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's before the snake stuff.
Well, that's from season 1.
Is that from season 1?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I said I've seen most of season 2.
Okay. So
like I said, Mandalorian, I think he just got betrayed by somebody. Carl Weathers is still in the show, so his character's he's Lando, right? Lando?
No.
Who's his character? I can't remember.
There's more than one black man in a galaxy.
I know. Who is the Carl Weathers character? I can't think of the guy's name. He's part of the Mandalorian bounty hunter guys.
What was his name? Grief Karga.
Yeah. So he's still running around doing stuff. There was a big battle scene.
And then the comedian dude, isn't it? Bill? No.
Are you talking about the big guy? It's a blue
bald guy. He's a comedian.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, I saw his episode, and then I saw
he comes back in season 2.
Yeah. And I saw the episode where like they go on a rescue mission and they try and kill him. Because they're trying to get the guy with the purple tail things. But yeah, I've seen most of it. It's been like a month and a half, 2 months since I've had a chance to watch it. I do want to finish it because like it's so good. It's so good. I love the Baby Yoda as you're rocking on the cap tonight. If you guys watch the video, you'll see it. So, but yeah, I mean that's really all I got for you. Again, we're pushing an hour, so
all right.
Solid. I mean, one of the longest episodes we've done.
An hour of Star Wars.
So yeah, never go around there. So I thank you guys again for everybody paying, for watching. And again, it's the first time doing this, so apologize. With the editing, my guy's gonna edit all this down for us. And I want to thank Derek for coming on and speaking Star Wars.
No problem. I'll do it all the time.
And tonight I'm not gonna do my catchphrase. I'm just gonna say it like it is. May the Force be with you. Always. Thanks for listening, and please check out, we have a website now, lifeofpi.org, lifeofpy.org, all lowercase, you'll find it. Old episodes, my Instagram links are on there. You can also find this on Flavor Reviews and YouTube, and you can also check out the Flavor Reviews YouTube page, which is also on Instagram and YouTube. You find all in one place, and yeah, I'm done plugging myself. And I will see you guys next week. I'm having two of my buddies on, and we're going to be talking Letterkenny for episode 18. Have a good one. There's the stop button now. Where's that at? I can't see it. Oh no, I can't see it. It's so small.
Who are you talking Letterkenny with?
Have you met my buddy Frank?